beat Poland, and I thought we'd do that.
Well, let's have a look at the teams. Poland first. Good luck with Poland, Bobby.
I shall do my best. Tomaszewski, the goalkeeper, a bit erratic at times, but capable of great things. The one player that always stood out, number 9, Kazimierz Dina, who eventually came to play for Manchester City, but a great playmaker, middle of the field. And they did have a lethal strike force. Lubanski and Godoka up front, they were formidable opponents.
The England team, Norman?
Well, in this one you've got Martin Peters, Alan Ball and Bobby Moore, who were the 3 remaining players from the '66 World Cup. In there you've got Paul Madeley, Emlyn Hughes, and you've got Alan Clark and people like that, and Roy McFarland in its centre half. So it was a different team, but they just had to see if we could win.
So the year 1973, when we joined the common market, and Princess Anne made the statement that there was no romance between herself and Captain Mark Phillips. They were married, by the way, in November. The game played in CHORZOW for the commentaries by David Coleman.
So, England, the 1966 World Cup winners, against Poland, the reigning Olympic champions. This is a Group 5 World Cup qualifying match, and it's Poland playing from left to right. If you're watching in black and white, England with the piping on their shots. That's Colin Bell. Now ball. Dana. Foul given. A free kick to Poland. Straight away the crowd getting after the English players. The referee is Paul Schiller of Austria. Voletsky. Madeley for England. Slaski. Bobby Moore at the back. Under pressure from Banash, but so cool. Shilton taking time. One can almost feel the pressure at the start of this match. That's Paul Madeley with the throw. Aimed at Bell. Madeley. Ball. Out of the back is Big Gorgon, survivor of the back 4 against Wales. Tomaszewski looking for Bouchard. Story. Story was fouled. On for Chillers to chase. Chillers. Play stopped, and Chivers penalised. Dana. Aimed across to number 2, his first cap, this man, Szczesny. And Gorgon. Kozacki. Throw to Poland. Bouchard with the throw. Here's Paul to Shilton. England, in fact, haven't lost away from home in an international match since they were beaten by West Germany in the World Cup quarterfinals in 1970. That's Colin Bell, number 8. Peters, number 11. Bell. A Story. To Moore. Clark. Szczesny. Lubanski, number 10. In trouble. And the throw given the other way. The crowd getting right after this referee. That's Hughes with the throw. Number 10, Clark.
Bobby, what would you have known about the Polish team before this game?
Well, they were quite familiar. In European competitions, we'd been playing them for years, and at international level, prior to the World Cup in 1966, we played them as one of our warm-up games, where we beat them 1-0 in Katowice. So we're very familiar, certainly with the pattern of play. They play with a sweeper, which I still think that we really haven't come to grips with when we go and travel overseas. We never can seem to work on putting that last man, like Norman says, put somebody on the last man, on the defender, and pressurise him a little bit. We've never come to grips with that.
You agree?
Well, I agree with that, because if you look at the big blonde sweeper, he hardly moves, and he just stays and he just picks everything up. And any attack we have, he's always in there, and he's their safety valve.
Slaski. Szczęsny. Goretzky. This time it's Clark penalised. Gorgon. Dornick. Lucia. Old dummy by Godoka, that was Lubański, now Barnash. And the referee stopped play again. Didn't play the advantage. Lubański was caught with a late tackle. And again this crowd letting the referee know how they feel. Shilton organising the wall, which is a long way out. Pumped right through. Lubański. Shilton always had good, clear vision of that. Bobby Moore for England. Aimed at Clark. Gorgon. Godoka, Gorgon. Haaland and Lubański. And no sign of knee trouble for Lubański there. It was at full stretch. Got the free kick. England wall being pushed back. And they've still got to go further back. Godoka with a kick. Swinging in and touched in.
Godoka in 7 minutes. Vital goal for Poland there, Bobby.
Yeah, well, an in-swinging corner, knocked in very quickly and sharp, very difficult to defend against, and it just needs a little touch and it can go anywhere. And unfortunately for us, you know, into the top corner of the net. It was just a half a chance, really. You need a little bit of luck in situations like that, and we didn't get it. I don't know who it was that was in front of the scorer. It might have even been Bobby Moore at the beginning, you know, and it went past him. It went past him. And just a little touch, that's all it needed. That's a good break for them.
Barnash. Godoka and Madeley, and they both missed it. Madeley didn't have to go for it. Madeley's got a handful tonight with Godoka, who was the second highest scorer in the Olympic Games. Godoka, number 11. Ball. Story. Clock. Again, Hughes stole up on the outside. Chivers, Clark. Goalkeeper was always in line, but Clark was looking for the chance. Dania for Poland. Szczęsny. Dania left, Washnikiewicz. That's Bells. Story. Clark. Hughes. Story's on the outside. Hughes checking back into trouble. One can't really say that in this first half England haven't been aggressive. They've been coming forward and attacking on every possible opportunity. In fact, they've had more of the attacking play than Poland. That's Chivers trying to float a long one. Peters. Hughes. Chivers again. Story to Chivers. Well, that looked like body checking, but the referee...
Bobby, I don't think I can recall an England side playing in yellow jerseys.
No, I don't remember playing in it. Well, obviously, they play in red and white. England's change strip from the white would be all red. So obviously the second change strip had to be yellow, but I can't ever remember seeing England play in yellow before. Very difficult, really.
In fact, most people would watch this in black and white in 1973, now wouldn't it be difficult to follow the two teams
Exactly.
if you were watching in black and white, wouldn't it?
Yes, England's still not doing too badly. A lot of good possession here and still a threat.
Ball, number 7, Lucial, number 4. Just didn't touch the head of Martin Chivers. He dived a long way to try and get there. Clipped hard and fast across the goal by Colin Bell. Just 1 minute of this first half remaining. There's a Group 5 World Cup qualifying match, and Poland, the Olympic champions, lead England in Katowice by 1-0. Gorgon. Long kick by Tomaszewski. Farland. Madeley. Seeing the supporters in the crowd. And the whistle seems to have gone a little bit early on our watch. So, after the first 45 minutes in this World Cup qualifying match, that's the score. The Polish goal scored after just 7 minutes by Ban after a free kick by Gadocha.
You're watching Sky Sports 2.
Into the Slaski Stadium in CHORZOW and would have been delighted with the score at half-time. Poland leading 1-0. We rejoin the match for the resumption.
So it will be England to kick off. England playing from left to right, 1-0 down in this World Cup qualifying match to Poland. Paul Madeley for England. Madeley straight away seeking to do what he didn't do in the first half. That's attack on the wing. Now Peter Story. This is Madeley. Bell. Aimed at Hughes. Hughes trusted his left foot. It's Dana. Chesney. Kabiński. Banash. McFarland. Moore. Oh, in trouble! Kabiński. Moore was too careful. 2-0.
Bobby Moore providing the problem there, Norman.
Well, it was, but that was very unusual, wasn't it? Because he didn't normally make mistakes like that. But from the team's point of view, it's a terrible time to concede a goal. Just
Schiller, isn't it?
Straight after half-time. But he went on and took it well.
I tell you one thing, as Norman said, you rarely see Bobby make that kind of error, do you?
Well, it's the first time I've ever seen him make it. He didn't really. He never made a mistake like that. It was so unusual. And I mean, he was such a great reader of the game. You know, why he just didn't knock it back to the goalkeeper, you know. But he obviously had this confidence that he could beat the player and misjudged it completely in the rain. And really, it's a disaster from our point of view, because now 2 goals to find, that's difficult in a situation like this. We didn't even get into the second half, and now we're up against it, when really we should have been looking for the equaliser.
Dip. Gadocha deliberately dipped that into the ground and drove it, one of those awkward balls skidding off the turf in front of Shilton. Corner then to Poland. Clark. Peters. Chivers. Bell. Madeley. They're going at this defence, but they've pulled a lot of players back already. It's Story. England's attacks are just not quick enough to split this defence. It's Madeley. Ball. To Hughes. Goal kick. For the corner, the referee waves across to Tomashev. 15 minutes of this second half gone. Poland 2, England 0. Van Asch and Babinski the score. That's Kadoka. McFarland to shoot. Peters. Shivers. Ball. Clark. To Ball. Blocked by Dana. Ball. Corner to England. Away by Szczesny. Colin Bell racing across the taking. McFarland's on the way up to support the attack with some height. In the goal line position. Hughes. Whistle through the line. Can't help wondering, time running out for England, whether it isn't time now to bring on somebody fresh to try and do something different to attack this Polish side. It's the Poles who've got another player warming up and not England. And ball. Mikhailic it is. The referee's on top of it. And he looks as if the red card, he could be sent off. Ball's having a go at Szczesny. Who's off? Mikhailic is the player who's limped to the touchline. The card was being brandished round, and there's some confusion there as the referee is not making himself clear. Bobby Moore is arguing with the referee.
Well, there's a bit of confusion here too, actually, because we didn't see the instant that on there, those long shots, those big wide shots they're covering the game. Alan Ball is the man that's got to go off there.
Yeah. Alan Ball is ordered off. Taken away by Harold Shepardson and Les Cocker, the two England trainers. So England...
Well, I didn't see it. It didn't seem much of it, did it? You know, it just seemed to tackle. I think the problem was probably afterwards, the flare-up. I don't think it was anything to do with the actual tackle, Bob, do you? I think it was probably little Ball's reaction. But I think if Alan Ball has to go, I think the Polish player has to go and all who was involved.
Yeah. I think there's probably a little skirmish afterwards.
Yes.
You know,
well, yeah, I mean, saw Alan Ball go back and chase one of the other guys. It obviously said something he didn't like. But that's a tragedy. It's only the second time, I think, an England player's been sent off.
Yeah.
Alan Mullery, some time ago, I think, was the first. But, I mean, the crowd have been shayaking. They've been giving him such a hard time, even, you know, at every tackle.
Well, you expect it. You expect it abroad, and you've got to just... get on. There's nothing. If it happens, if it was done right, that should be 10 men playing against 10 now. But unfortunately, it's gone the other way. But as far as
but with 2 goals down,
exactly.
and then Alan Ball has got himself sent off. We have no chance.
No.
You know. I mean, we're good enough. We were just discussing, Norman and I, that these great side. They were very fortunate to be 2 goals up against us. But the game was there for us to win. If it hadn't been for the second goal. So. Even as 2-0, we have a chance. We're good enough. We know that we can beat them. But by whatever way he's done it, by either or arguing or using foul language or whatever, he's been sent off, and he's done us a lot of harm.
But I mean, it was suggested that Alfred decided on a 4-4-2 formation here so that he could at least, you know, claim a draw.
No, I don't think. We were talking before. I don't think Alfred knew how to go for a draw, and it's definitely not 4-4-2. That is the way Alf always played, with probably 3 in midfield and 3 up front, and he's got the players in the squad there to go forward, and why not?
4-3-3. The 4-3-3 played most of his career really was so that the 3 in midfield were a springboard. They can go from defence into attack, and they were covered to do that. So there's no way that we should have been short of players going forward. There was nobody stopping them from doing that. If any player didn't go forward, it wasn't them that was to blame. It was for them personally.
Kadoka. Hadley to Moore. to play. Gadoka. Kasperczak waiting to come on. So the Poles are a little bit confused themselves. Got Schmikiewicz ready to come back if necessary. Madeley now for England. Bell. Madeley. Paul Madeley. Looks like these England players look to have grown visibly older in this match. Roy McFarlane. Moore. Clark. Hughes. Moore again. Schmikiewicz is back on the field. Dana. Push through for Kraska. Gadoka. Dana. Chesney. And more for England. Ball. Bell wrong. Still no sign at all of any England substitutes warming up. So it rather looks as if Alf Ramsey's settled for what he's got. Usual totally genuine performance. Trying to find Chivers, but too far. Seconds left. McFarlane. Dana. McFarlane again. But this now a hopeless pause really for England as we approach the last minute of the match. Damaski. Not much help there, he's got to go alone. Damaski's shot, if nothing else, has wasted some more time. Bell for England. Bell. Approaching the last 15 seconds of the match. There is some injury time though. Bell to Madeley. Cut out by Kraska. Hughes, who's still fighting for everything. A story. Free kick. Some of the crowd think the final whistle has gone, but it hasn't. Dana to Tomaszewski. Kuszal, the Poles, happy to play out time. Kozeski. Tomaszewski. Schmikiewicz and McFarlane there together. McFarlane caught Schmikiewicz. The whistle's gone. The Polish crowd almost like sprinters in their blocks waiting for the start. The whistle's gone. A fine victory for Poland, the Olympic champions, over England. A goal after 7 minutes by Benash. The second goal after a mistake by Bobby Moore in the first minute of the second half, scored by Lubanski.
So a disastrous result for poor old Sir Alf, and the dismissal of Alan Ball, as I said, making him only the second England player to be ordered off. I would say a poor performance, but a very disappointing performance against a team that you didn't rate that highly.
I didn't rate